Hey, what's up guys, it is Saints Fan and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video. And today it sort of seems like this is a Vice City themed day, because first we had the car show that was a Vice City theme. If you haven't checked it out, I'll link it in the description. Definitely go check it out. We had some pretty cool cars. And in this video, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about a Vice City themed DLC concept that somebody made. So if you guys are big fans of Vice City, then today I know you liked it. But anyway, getting into what we're going to be talking about, basically this guy on Reddit, I'll leave a link in the description, the Geek Smith, that's his name. He came up with like one of the most amazing ideas for a DLC for GTA Online and GTA single player that I've seen in a while. Like, this is truly incredible what this guy came up with, and I figured I'd share it. So basically what this guy made, it was sort of a single player and an online DLC, and he said that this would be a paid DLC, but I'll get more into like that type of stuff at the end. But I'll show the first picture that he made, and I'll run down through a couple of stuff. So basically, it's going to be bringing back the Vice City map, or at least a newer version of the Vice City map. And as you can see, it's got a bunch of different islands, which is one thing that I kind of miss about like older GTA games. Like GTA 5, it's just one big island, and all the other games, there was usually at least 3 islands. And that's like the first thing you kind of notice with this map. But basically a sort of overview of this DLC, he says, your time as a criminal is about to come to an end, or cross state lines. The VCPD DLC brings the first landmass expansion to GTA Online. It starts with a phone call, an unknown man who knows your secrets and threatens you with a lifetime in Bolingbroke prison if you don't comply. You have one option: hop on a flight, grab a plane, boat, or chopper, and head over the ocean to a land of retirees, Cuban nationals, and confused aspiring actresses who think they're in Vinewood. And basically this DLC that he made would include an entirely reimagined Vice City and some new areas, as you can tell from the map, some new weapons, cars, boats, aircraft, clothing, gear, a cops and crooks game mode, new heists, new jobs, and the ability to become a police officer, a PI, or a merc. And as you can see on the right, he has sort of like labeled what each area of the map would be. And like I said, I'll leave the link in the description. He kind of runs down basically what each part of the map would be like. So for example, he has Northern Vice City, says a fictional metropolis loosely based on larger cities in Florida, luxury hotels, nightclubs, bars, high-end restaurants, museums, etc. And then for another one, for example, Central Vice City, the number 3, would be the classic Vice City map reimagined, but similar to the original, includes the beach, shopping mall, military depot, and other landmarks. And then he goes on and explains some other stuff, but like I said, you can check that out in the description. Now moving on to the next sort of picture is the story. He says, you arrive at Vice City Airport and you're picked up by a VCPD detective and an FIB agent who lets you know you're out of options. You must atone for your sins. A criminal boss has fled from Los Santos to Vice City, and you're just dirty enough to infiltrate his ranks and bring him down. That man's name is Tommy Vercetti, who's obviously the main character of Vice City. And it says, once you infiltrate his ranks, you are presented with a choice. Stay loyal to the police and change your stripes, or stay true to your criminal roots and help Tommy escape their snare. Each offers you rewards and repercussions. And he says there'll be 10 exciting missions that will await you on either side. Also, while you're down south, Lester will be in touch with 3 brand new heists, and then you will also meet 2 neutral contacts with over 15 new contact missions. And since this is sort of a VCPD DLC, he has the cops and crooks mode, which would debut, which obviously a lot of people have been wanting. It says the GTA Online that's popular from GTA 4. 2 teams go head to head in both matches and free roam. The crooks commit increasingly difficult crimes while attaining better gear and weapons, while the cops hunt them down with all the resources of the police departments from Vice City and Los Santos. And you'll see sort of what that means in a second here. And then sort of the decision, you can either become a cop or stay a crook. So, you know, you have unique exclusive gear, weapons, the ability to become a cop in free mode with advanced HUD. I'll get into that in a second as well. The unique vehicles, apartments, access to police resources, and then the crook, you get, you know, obviously your own unique gear, you get new criminal resources, and what's pretty cool, you get a unique mansion and a yacht home. Now, obviously, if Rockstar were to ever make this, which the chances that they do are probably unlikely, but if they were to ever make this, they'd have to, you know, change some stuff maybe. But so far, just showing you guys that, you know, that should alone get you excited. But then moving into some new music, it says while you're in Vice City, pretty much all the radio stations would be there. Now, granted, they'd have to work something out if this were to ever happen between like the whole copyright issues and working with the artists and stuff like that. But then you'd obviously get the 3 new radio stations in Los Santos, which my favorite, V-Rock right there. Man, if they ever did that, that'd be amazing. Then you got the Night Ride FM and then Vice City FM, but that definitely would be pretty cool to see. Now moving into the weapons and gear, this is what this is like some awesome stuff here. So the new weapons that would be included with this DLC would be a 357 Magnum. A lot of people have been wanting a Magnum, so that would fix that. A Glock 19, just another pistol. A Spaz 12 shotgun. Now, my two favorites here, you got the chainsaw and the katana. That would be awesome to see. A straight razor, that'd be a pretty cool melee weapon. And then you got the Vector. You got a police M16 with a grenade launcher, which you would use by using the D-pad. And then you have a taser and a flashbang. Not sure how a flashbang would really work in GTA, but that'd be pretty cool. Like, it's not completely outside of the realm of ever being added to GTA. And then some new gear that you would get, since this is sort of like a police DLC, you'd get some new police body armor. You'd get new utility vests with pouches and, you know, potentially logos. He has a thigh and shoulder holster, which I think would actually be pretty cool just to be added into GTA. Like, whether it's with this DLC or not, that'd definitely be pretty sweet to add and just give us some more customization to our characters. Wearable duffel bags. Obviously, a lot of people have been glitching those after the heist, and a lot of people seem to like it, so that'd be cool. Wearable badges, purchasable med kits, handcuffs, and then police sirens and lights for all cars. Now, speaking of cars, moving to the vehicles that would be added, he doesn't really have a lot, but I mean, like, just having a couple of these would be awesome. So since this is, again, a police DLC, you have the police cruiser and the police SUV, which would sort of be added to your garage. Then he also has the hover around. I mean, I guess, look, if you're going to sort of Miami area, that's where all the old retired people are. So that definitely would be pretty funny to have. And man, just seeing that, I could only imagine like the cool stuff that you could do, and just the funny and like completely random stuff you could do with something like that. You have the hovercraft, which would be really cool, and then a wingsuit. Wingsuits are definitely something that people have been asking for a while. And then on the right, he has a seaplane. Now, we kind of already have a seaplane, but then he also has the YouT, which the yacht would be pretty neat if you could actually drive it around, especially if this was sort of like your home and it would be like a portable home. I don't know. Just thinking of it, I think it would be pretty cool. Now, how it would actually work into GTA Online, that's another story. But for the most part, these are pretty cool ideas. And if you guys have any cars that, you know, potentially would fit this sort of theme DLC, let me know in the comment section. But sort of to sum it up, he has right here. So, like I was saying before, this DLC would be a paid DLC because, man, all this stuff, if this were to ever happen, would definitely not be free. At least I don't think Rockstar would make it free. So it would be between $19 and $30. I would gladly pay $30 for something like this. And let me know in the comment section if you would too. And then he kind of talks about how you would get to Vice City. And then he says the heist would obviously be Vice City themed, and they should sort of have an 80s vibe. And then another really interesting part that he has is the inclusion of a place like Cape Castoff would be ideal to steal an experimental time manipulation device that doesn't work and have it be a DeLorean or the like. So I don't know, maybe if you were to like sort of go back in time, that would be like the way to do it. I mean, that's a little bit crazy, but you know, I like the idea. And then he talks about the free roam cops and crooks mode would require a major overhaul to the radar system, but it is one that is severely needed. Radar would basically work like line of sight, you know, with the ability to set your visibility when not in line of sight from invisible to everyone. Then police would receive radar blips when players had stars, high mental states, or bounties. Then he says that crooks would be able to hide themselves much easier and cheaper than before. Police players could not use criminal contact services anymore. Instead, they have their own police resources. And then obviously he says he just made this for fun, and basically feel free to suggest him any ideas. So like I said, I'll leave the link to the Reddit post in the description. If you want to go over there, leave him some ideas. Man, I read this and I was like, I need to show this, because whether or not this ever does happen, just the fact that people see this and show support for stuff like this will probably give Rockstar an idea. Like, the more people that'll see this, the more people Rockstar could see how many are interested in it. And then, you know, whether they make this exact one or they take some ideas from this, I could definitely see something like that happening. So if you did enjoy, go ahead and drop a like. Like I said, go check out the guy and leave him support on the Reddit post, because this is absolutely incredible. Like, this is one of the best DLC concepts I've seen pretty much of all time for GTA. And who knows, with mods on PC, this might even eventually happen. But sorry for this video kind of being a little long, but there was just so much I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, it's your boy Saints Fan. I'm out. Peace!